Alright, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody's pigging out, including the dogs. This is Puppy Dog's first Thanksgiving. She's been with us since October 3rd, I believe. I ended up finding out that she is like wild and crazy for some whipped cream. Pretty funny. She's a really cool dog. So yeah, we've been doing a little bit of work behind the scenes here. It's been raining like crazy. You can see got a little landslide going on here. And part of it's just geology, and the other part of it's kind of my fault. You know, where we left off, I believe it was like somewhere in October. I've done quite a bit of excavation since then, as you can see. We've gone way down here, and it's just one of these things, like I said, with this machine. It's a 34,000 pound track loader. So if you choose to get a little carried away with things, that's exactly where you're going to end up. And now you can see what's going on up here. Things are kind of shaping up. It's starting to look like something. And, you know, that's great, because when you technically don't know what you're doing, it's nice to see some positive progress. So I've got this landslide shored up here. You know, I wasn't sure if it was going to continue to let loose, but fortunately it did not, and that is fantastic. Alright, so you might be wondering, what am I doing with all this dirt? And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. So here's some of where it's going. Alright, this is the area I was referring to. You can see I'm also carrying dirt down around the side of the driveway. I actually have a neighbor that is paralleled right there. They got 2 acres. I border them on 3 sides, and their 4th side faces the road. But yeah, that's what's going on right now, and it's coming together good. So now it's Christmas morning. The dogs are playing with all their toys, and they're having a great time. What's Christmas Day without some delicious food? And that's what we got going on. Never made a tomahawk steak before. It turned out fantastic. Everybody got a belly full, and the dogs slept great. Now, it was 5 degrees during Christmas. The Harbor Hut worked out great. It was super warm and toasty. Took a nice salt bath the next day. Did a little laundry. Oh, and by the way, since I've been a mountain man for a year, I decided to grow a beard. Now we're down on the creek that is on the hollow road. Because it's so muddy up top, we really can't do much anything. I'm a big fan of believing that no matter what's going on, there's always something to do. So I decided to get down here and clean this area up. There were like 3 or 4 large trees that had fell down and were just laying there on the side of the road. And this is a perfect time of year to do some maintenance down here. You know, no snakes, no bees, and we don't got anything else to do. Now, mind you, like at this point here, we've been down here for just a tick over a year, and I actually have not worked in a year. I've just been working on this property, kind of living off the money that I got from my house sale. And I kind of felt like, hey, look, you know, maybe this is just a rationalization, but hey, all the work that we're doing here, if I was actually working now, all the money that I would make working would be going towards paying other people to do this. So if I just do it and don't have any income, it's kind of a net zero. And, you know, I believe that is probably pretty accurate. But yeah, so getting all this cleaned up, drug all this stuff up to the top of the hill. It would have been nice if I could get the track loader down here, but they kind of frown upon you putting a tracked vehicle on city or state roads. So we just kind of used the old trusty X3 as usual. You know, it's a play toy, but it works just as hard, if not harder than I do. Things have dried up enough up top to where I can do a little cleanup. I'll tell you what, this track loader is fantastic. You know, you can't do this with a Bobcat. You can spend as much money as you want on something like that, and it can't do what a cheap old loader is going to do for you. This is, you know, kind of a great all-around piece of equipment, and I'm getting a lot of stuff done. You know, I'm really getting used to this machine. It's exciting, And then I realized I had a tree that was getting ready to take out the power line. I hooked up a couple straps. And I'm like, I'm going to give this thing a quick yank and get it out of there. And it worked. And I'm like, man, this machine's awesome. I'm doing great with it. It just can't get any better than this. And just when you think it can't get any better, things get worse. So I knocked the tracks off of this bad boy in the middle of the driveway. Fortunately, my truck was at the bottom of the hill, so I could get parts. And didn't have the right tools, but I had the will to get this thing fixed up. And that's exactly what we did. So, crisis averted. The bad news is the other side needs work too. It was like this when I bought it. The guy was kind of like, meh, just run it till it breaks, dude. And after that, I was like, let's fix it now because I don't want to be broke down on the side of a driveway 100 foot off of flat ground. So yeah, we got it taken care of. I didn't have the fancy 100-pound hydraulic press, but a 20-pound sledge will get it done. What a mess. But yeah, so, headed in the right direction. We got the parts, and here we go. All done. I'd actually like to give a shout out to Andrew Camatra, or Camerata, however you say it. His YouTube channel really gave me the confidence to get a machine like this, get out here and do these repairs. The guy has a really great attitude and work ethic. It doesn't matter what happens or what needs to be fixed or what's going wrong. The guy just finds a way to get it done, and he has his dignity about him. He doesn't get flustered. So I'm actually going to put a link for his channel in the description. Check it out. Like, this guy is the real deal.